In 2005, Iran resumed its nuclear activities and the hostilities between Iran and the West increased. The U.S. anti-war movement feared a new war in the region and voiced its concern and criticized U.S. animosity towards Iran. Some of these groups, mostly leftists, saw Iran as a victim of U.S. hostilities, and they gradually espoused the Iranian regime's cause and became eager to help the Iranian regime. In 2005, Ahmadinejad's government launched a plan to connect with American anti-war groups, recruit amongst them, and use their social network in a grassroots lobby to influence public opinion and prevent tougher policies against Iran. A key part of Iran's plan to connect to the U.S. anti-war movement has been the so-called citizen diplomacy with Iran. That means sending U.S. activists to Iran in state-controlled trips. In the U.S. side, the campaign was managed by Leila Zand, a NIAC member and the director of Iran Project at Fellowship of Reconciliation, FOR. Here we see Leila Zand in a NIAC training seminar, and we see her at a NIAC gala dinner with State Department Farsi spokesperson Alan Ayer. Ahmadinejad's vice president Rahim Mashai led the citizen diplomacy campaign. Here we see Leila Zand with Mashai in Tehran in January 2009. Leila Zand in Rahim Mashai's office, January 2009. Since 2005, Zand and NIAC network have sent hundreds of activists to Iran. During these trips, the American visitors meet with Iranian officials and pre-selected people, many of them the regime's agents, who present a soft and peaceful image of the Iranian regime. The visitors meet with selected members of religious minorities, praise the Iranian regime's tolerance toward the minorities. Upon their return, some of these activists are used in pro-Iran lobby activities in the U.S. One revealing example is the Code Pink organization. In 2009, Code Pink leaders were invited by President Ahmadinejad and traveled to Iran. Here we see the leaders of Code Pink in Iran, Leila Zand and Ahmadinejad's team, and Rostam Purzal, a former NIAC member who worked for Ahmadinejad's office. Here we see Code Pink leaders in the U.S. protesting in front of Senator Lieberman's office because he was supporting sanctions against Iran. Again, we see Purzal accompanying Code Pink activists. Here we see Code Pink leader Medea Benjamin attending a regime-organized anti-U.S. conference in Tehran in September 2014. And here we see her protesting in Congress against sanctions on Iran. There are many other examples that show how the Iranian regime uses these so-called citizen diplomats in its lobby in the U.S. This is one of the trips to Iran in June 2006. We see David Robinson, president of US-based Pax Christi, together with NIAC's co-founder and board member Alex Patiko, next to Iranian Vice President Rahim Mashai. Upon David Robinson's return from Iran, NIAC organized an event with Progressive Caucus in which Robinson and Parsi spoke on behalf of friendlier policy with Iran. An episode that showed the Iranian regime's success in connecting to the U.S. peace movement occurred in September 2008 when Ahmadinejad came to New York to attend the UN General Assembly and organized a meeting with anti-war groups. 150 representatives of these groups participated in the reception. Some of them praised the Iranian regime and offered help to combat U.S. pressure and sanctions against Iran. At the end of the ceremony, Ahmadinejad received a gift and joyfully expressed his desire to be a member of American peace movement. In August 2010, after the brutal repression of Iranian uprising, Ahmadinejad staged a show of popularity and organized a conference called The Gathering of Iranian Expatriates. Public documents by Ahmadinejad's office shows that Layla Zand worked for this office to bring U.S. peace activists and leftists to Iran to participate in this conference. During the conference, Layla Zand organized and moderated 2 panels for foreign participants to discuss the best strategy to defend Iran and combat U.S. pressure against the Islamic Republic.